Well, hello, folks. This is Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Air Modelers Club. Looky here. We did the unboxing of the E-Flite twin timber the other night, and now I'm going to do the maiden. Here's Friday, May 5th, and we're going to do the maiden of it. The thing about it is, I actually had a build video. And you know, when you're doing a build video, you'll stop a couple different times when things get tedious. Well, started out, then I stopped it because I was doing something tedious, and went back and thought I hit record and basically got almost the entire plane put together. Then I realized I didn't hit record. So I had the entire thing almost completely built before I realized, oh crap. Anyways, so we'll do a post-build video, and after I do this maiden, true maiden, the only thing I've done is I've taxied her in my driveway for a range test, and then I've taxied her down here on the runway to do a range test out here. I'm running the 3250C 4S that they promoted with the plane, so that's what's in there. I've got it, basically you can see where I've got that 4S in there, about maybe a finger width back from the opening of the battery hatch there. She CGs, I don't remember that, I want to say 50 to 75 millimeters, I don't really remember, but basically right back here about halfway through these nacelles. So if I put my fingers there, and she CGs just perfect right there, just like I say, about halfway back, right about here. This area here is what you're feeling underneath. So she CGs just perfect like that. I've got the reverse thrust enabled, the differential thrust, and once you get the throttle up over, I want to say 25%, that kicks in and works fine. We're going to do it. This is a true maiden. I've never had her in the air, so, and I did put the leading edge slats on. Now the drawback of that is, with the leading edge slats, you got to be careful how you grab the plane, because these are a little more fragile than the actual wings. So you want to grab here or underneath. So grab inside of the motors. Let's see how this twin timber does. I think she's going to fly beautifully though. All right, she's got lights. I think she needs a forward facing light. So that little patch of black Velcro you see is going to be one of my clear or my white easy lights. Other than that, it'll just be the stock lights, but right now it's bright enough out, you don't need it. So now I have her set up completely by the book. Okay, they called for the rates to be mid rates, low rates 70% with 5% expo, and then they had high rates at 100% with 10% expo all the way around, I believe. Make sure. Yeah, all the way around. And then so I did a mid rate of 85% with 7% expo all the way around. And when I say all the way around, I mean all control surfaces minus the flaps. The flaps I have set up by the book. I did this completely by the book. Flaps up, of course, are 0%. Land takeoff flaps are a negative 50% with a 5% down elevator mix, and then landing flaps are 100% down, and that's landing flaps right there with a 6% elevator to flat mix. So not much difference, but that's by the book. It's exactly what the book. I went right down the manual this time. And I'm going to see, and the suggested battery plane. I got the timer set for 5 minutes. Right aileron, left aileron. High rate. We're going to go in low rates right off the bat, and that's low rates, believe it or not. And they wanted me to hook the elevator up in the middle control arm hole, and that's what you got on the elevator. A decent amount of rudder, and this is low rates. You should always start with low rates on your first flight of any new plane. Now there's forward, brakes on. We got the brakes on. So you can see brakes work. All right. And the wonderful people at my club over this past weekend, they came out, trimmed all the grass, they trimmed all the lining along the runway, they re-rolled the runway. The members of this club are absolutely fabulous. Unfortunately, I was working, so I couldn't come out to help them, but they did a fabulous job. They always do. Very, very much dedicated individuals. But let's see what we got going here. We're not going to do, wind is basically out of that direction, out of the northeast. So right, left, up, down, right. Timer set for 5 minutes. You know what? We're going to turn that timer down, and we're going to set it for 4 minutes, only because I've never flown this plane. I got 2 motors there. All right. And the wind has changed direction on me. Now it's from that way. It's out of the north. But as you can see, she's got that real high stance. It's true. I have, you know, when I was unboxing and putting this thing together, you're not going to break that landing gear. I mean, that sucker, they are on there strong. All right, let me make sure we're filming. I'm not just talking to myself, but I've done that before too. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Seems like she needs a lot of like I say, that's on low rates. So seems like she needs a lot of up elevator. All right. A little bit better now. Boy, is she a floater.
3 minutes.
Really a floater. All right, I think I got her somewhat dialed in now.
Mid-rate.
All right, let's try mid rates now. All right. Like I say, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just feeling her out. All right. Okay. We're gonna go to high rates now. Well, looks like I may have a connection issue. Look at that one flap.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
That right flap started fluttering on me. All right, we're going back at now we're at high rates, which is 100% throws over I think what was it, 10% expo or 5% expo.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Boy, that big wing. Boy, she just floats and floats and floats. She wants to, you know, I want to see if I can't turn that differential thrust off. Because I do not know how to program that. And she seems like when I give her throttle, see, she wants to go off to the right. So it's like maybe that right motor is just slightly putting a little more power out. But that actually, or it could just be the way the wind is too. So and she's definitely stable enough. I don't know, something's not right. Something is not right. Something in that differential thrust, she's not reacting. Maybe I'm just got to get used to her, but something just don't feel right, if that makes any sense at all. All right. That's all differential thrust. I'm not touching the rudder. Well, actually I am touching the rudder, aren't I? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me take her up again. Let's all right. I'm in 100% throws now. See, look at that. She wants to go off to the right. That tells me that one motor is and that flap is just look at that flap. Look at that flap. It stopped. Okay. Right, left, right.
Takeoff flaps, landing flaps, flaps up.
All right, we're going to do takeoff flaps.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Why is it going off to one side?
Flaps up.
I think I'm going to go in there and turn that differential thrust off. If I can figure out how to do that. Because something... Alright. Hear that? Look. Right wing, the right aileron, and that flap is just a flutter. Now that stopped. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna E-Flite. I think you rushed something out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the flutter. Both the aileron. Look at that. But look at them both flutter. $350 or $379 for this plane. And look at that. Now they both stop. All right. E-Flite. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them flutter. They just stopped again. Well, I think I'll be packing a plane up and sending it back to them and demanding a full refund, cause that's bull crap. I'm sorry, but that's bull crap. What's the plane? 379. The differential's wrong. It's pulling off to one side, and I got a flap, aileron flap, and a flap servo just vibrating. This is a brand new plane. First time I've flown it. Okay, E-Flite, you got in too big of a hurry to try to put something on the market without making sure it worked right. Shame on you. Well, this is unhappy fat guy going to be sending a plane back to E-Flite, and they're not going to give me that crap about, oh well, you've already put it together and well, how else do you know things don't work if you don't test them? So guess what, E-Flite, you'll be giving me my money back. Goodbye. Sorry folks, but this will be going on the internet. Y'all have a like and subscribe, and we're going to put Horizon Hobbies customer service to the test on this one. Bye bye.